Thanks, Ryan.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Before we go tonight, we do want to check in with Lee one more time about the storms moving through our area.
All right, storms have been sitting over lower Manhattan, parts of Brooklyn and Queens. We have a flood advisory till 7:45. We had almost an inch of rain in some spots, so there can be some minor ponding on area roadways. Don't drive through standing floodwaters. Severe thunderstorm watch will take until 8 o'clock tonight. You can see the storms kind of lining up on I-95, so that's severe threat till about 8 o'clock. Bill and Liz?
Okay, thank you, Lee. David Muir is next. He's reporting from Buffalo tonight.
We'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock. Have a great night. Be
Bye-bye.
safe out there.
Tonight, a special edition of World News Tonight. Chilling new details about the deadly mass shooting here at this grocery store in Buffalo. Authorities now believe this was just one part of the plan. And investigators now say the suspect visited this store as early as March. Tonight, ABC News obtaining video showing the final moments of the attack here at the Tops Market. The alleged gunman being taken into custody. 10 people killed in what authorities call a racially motivated hate crime. All of the victims were black. Racist slurs and the names of other mass shooters written on the suspect's AR-15. And tonight, ABC News obtaining a document suggesting the attack was in the works for at least 2 months. The suspect, they say, planning this down to the supermarket aisles. Tonight, we hear from a shopper who said the gunman was also here the day before the attack, saying he spoke with the suspect. The alleged gunman asking, "Are you going to be here tomorrow?" Stephanie Ramos here at the scene tonight. We are also learning more about the victims here, and we will honor them. The youngest, 32, the oldest, 86. Tonight here, their stories, and the hero security guard killed while confronting the shooter. Our interview tonight with a mother and daughter working inside the store. What they saw that guard do tonight, how they describe his heroism, his bravery. The investigation tonight and major questions now about the warning signs. The suspect interacting with law enforcement around high school graduation last June. His alleged threats 1 year ago and what's now been found to